All right, Monday Morning Live. It was fun hanging out with Kenny Glick in the main room. A big profit day utilizing the VWAP. But right now, we're switching things up. We're driving on over to the crypto digital asset realm with Nick Black, who we're bringing into the show in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Your double slow count screws people out of 5 seconds of learning.
I was going to the beat right there. We were going to the rhythm.
No, you were special
liked
needs counting. You were special needs counting.
Sometimes you got to take it slow, Nick, and enjoy the moment, man. The music was good.
That doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense.
Yeah, well,
no one takes it slow and enjoys the moment.
You should slow down.
What they do is take out their cameras and their phones, and then they photograph the moment, and then they miss the moment, thinking, well, as long as I got the moment on my phone, I'm good. And then I'm not sure.
You're so right about that. Isn't that messed up about society now? You don't actually enjoy the moment. You ruin it, capture it on a device, and then try and relive it on a phone. It's not okay.
If UFOs landed, you'd be like, I was there. I saw it. No, you didn't. You did this.
Yeah, true.
This is how you saw it.
It's true. Now, nice leather case, by the way. It's very nice.
Yeah, I will say they say it's real leather, but it's not. It's fake leather.
Fair enough.
But it was also $8 and not the $90 that Apple charges for the same dang thing.
Thanks.
Ugh. But some interesting, I imagine if there was a higher entity, this is probably how they would see the world, is through these devices. Probably like, this is better than human vision. Like, what would God see? Well, just look at your iPhone in high definition, and that's probably it. Technology rules. Apple coming out with a couple of cool things. There was some leaks on the new MacBook. You guys can go check them out. Just go look up MacBook leaks. And there was some leaks on the tech that's going into the new Reality. They call them Reality Pro, but I don't think that's going to be the launch name. They're going to tease that, I think. And then they will actually like super tease it in the September thing, but they're going to pre-tease it because I think they have to send out developer kits. So that's their AR, VR, XR kit unit thingy. So that could be pretty cool. Yeah. And then, in the VR world, Meta's Oculus Quest 3, which basically is just a lighter Quest 2. The Quest 2 is really nice. I have that one. I love it. I even got a Quest Pro, gave it back. Like, it was like super expensive. It was like, this is going to be so awesome. But it hurt, man. It was like heavier and it hurt. And the Quest 2 is so light and easy to use when I'm putting rookies down with a P90 in Population 1, which, by the way, they made free. So if you have an Oculus, you just go and download Population 1, and you can put the smack down on rookies, unless you are one of the rookies. Whew, I love all this stuff.
P90 is a good choice. I used to use the P90 when I played Modern Warfare 2, not with the Oculus, but the back in the day type of game.
P90 is a laser gun, man.
It's very cool. Hey, Nick, what's going on for the show today, buddy? What are we doing?
You tell me. Why don't we get into some crypto-based questions? Let's get our Q&A out of the way, because remember in the day, we used to be slow, and we used to do our own thing, and people griped at us. You didn't answer my questions. All right, fine, man. Ma'am.
Griping.
Pronoun.
Griping.
Fine, pronoun.
I do have some questions prepared for us, and I'm always looking at the chat as well, if the chat has any questions from right now. Let's start off with this one from Ignob. What are the best crypto networks and the best wallets to trade across networks, Nick?
Backwards, it's Babanji.
Either way, it's I like the name. It's cool. It's different.
So then maybe we should do the question backwards, right? Networks the across trade to wallets best the and. Networks crypto best the and what?
That's hard to do, Nick. Very nicely done. I'm impressed.
I read Arabic. Arabic is right to left.
Oh, well, there you go. Makes sense. You gonna answer the question now, Nick, or just gaze at it?
Okay, so the best networks, that's not, I don't know if that's what you mean to ask. I mean, the networks are the protocols. So like the best networks and the best wallets to trade across the networks. I mean, it depends on which assets you are purchasing. That's an almost impossible to answer question ignob. I would say find out what assets you want to own and then find out the compliant wallets. If you want ERC20 assets or any of the layer 2s or side chains of Ethereum, MetaMask, awesome, great, easy, dandy. With the in the Cardano ecosystem, there's a whole bunch, but I like the Nami wallet, NAMI, and then I like running a Daedalus, the actual node. So I run Daedalus on one of my laptops, and that's a full node, full everything. You can stake from there and do everything. It's like full on hardcore, but like the lightweight. And as a matter of fact, Daedalus is even making a lightweight wallet, but Nami is just a very simple wallet, much more like MetaMask. And every one of these networks has their own 1 or 2 or 3 little wallets. So you just got to decide what assets you want to hold or own. And those are find the best and most compliant wallets. The only one I would recommend is like for ERC20 and layer 2s and side chains of Ethereum is MetaMask, because that's the only one I use. The Coinbase wallet one is absolute dog stuff, and I would just not use it. All right, what else we got?
I have another question for you here, Nick, from Captain Brad. Nick, what is your opinion on the
Captain?
One Ecosystem Network, example One Life, example One Coin, Crypto Queen, who claim to soon be the Polygon public blockchain? Still scamming?
I don't know much about what you're asking, Captain. One Ecosystem. You mean Harmony One, or is this a new thing? Like, is this something that's trying to just steal some of the thunder from Harmony? Harmony is a layer 2 in the same way that Matic. Well, Matic is both a layer 2 and a side chain. There's a Matic layer 2 and there's a Matic side chain. That gets into some nuance. Optimism is layer 2. Harmony One is a layer 2. I have no idea what One Ecosystem is, but I'm going to guess, since it's all capitalized, that's some old bull smoke. So stay away from bull smoke.
That's what you have to say about that. All right. How about this one from Benjamin M? What are your thoughts on Benjamin M? I should give you the time. I should give you the time to scream out the name. I know you're going to do it every time. What are your thoughts on Lace Wallet that is coming to Cardano?
When it gets here, I guess I'll bang around on it and see if it's cool. I also don't know what's going to happen in 2027, nor do I know what John Wick 5 is going to be like. But I know what John Wick 4 is like, and it is awesome. Oh, wait, sorry. That's a sore subject for Eric, who's out shopping for window treatments during the John Wick franchise.
I have window treatments.
Did you get those sconces you were after?
Aren't sconces lighting? That's lighting, no? Sconce?
I think, didn't sconces used to hold candles, and then now they hold lighting, so it's like a thing for a light?
But not window treatments. I don't know what a
sconce is.
It's okay.
No, window treatments is like crap that hangs from the window, right?
Right, yeah.
Like drapes and like those
beautiful
little
things.
Cheesy, like, oh, what color are your drapes, Grandma?
No, I don't have drapes. I have like the shuttery things in my house.
Like an office?
Like the slots. No, not like those little metal ones, like the wooden types. They're very nice.
You have wooden blinds, like the ones that you turn it and they close?
Well, they're like the white ones, yes, throughout the house.
What do you live in 18th century Russia?
They are beautiful. You wouldn't understand over there in California. You wouldn't understand, Nick.
Goes next to your kerosene and whale oil, doesn't it?
I do have a fireplace.
We got to go out and get the bicycle moving to spin the generator to keep Mom and Pa in lights and heating.
Thank you, Ryan. Ryan has my back in the chat, but I'm going to get to the next question right now, which is from
Ryan doesn't have your back.
And Antoine. That's how you Antoine. Differences and similarities between Nexo and Celsius.
What do you think that chart is? His avatar.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
You think that's like yield curve inversions, or is that like unemployment, payroll? Oh, I want to know.
I don't know. Maybe Antoine's here with us and he could fill us in because he clearly does.
Differences and similarities between Nexo and Celsius. Well, Celsius is bankrupt and Nexo is kicked out of the US. Celsius is run by a crook who's being investigated by pretty much every country on earth. And they pilfered accounts and had a bunch of dummy accounts. I mean, they're just crooks and dummies too. Crooks, dummies, gamblers. Nexo just made some stupid decisions as far as their literature and how they approached the US market in states where they probably weren't allowed. And then they started getting sketchy on the lending, meaning they started making loans that seemed very dangerous. And they got booted out of the United States. And they're getting booted out of other countries too. So Nexo went from being something that made sense to something where their behavior was a little suspicious. Like if you have a friend that all of a sudden starts like hitting you up for money, you need to go, I wonder what's going on in Bob's life. I wonder if something's materially changed for Bob. So just be very careful. I would not have any exposure to Nexo. If you owned Celsius, you're a dummy because it wasn't just me. Like it was math. Everybody on earth, everybody, man, except for people getting paid by Celsius said, stay away from Celsius. It took 3 minutes of listening to Alex Mashinsky talk about, I have 200 million of my own monies in Celsius. I'm like, you are a BS effing liar. And turns out he was a BS effing thief. In addition to being a BS effing liar, he basically on the run, Do Kwon over at, Luna and UST and all those other dummies that got sucked up into that stupid garbage. Look, man.
We're good.
Let me just tell you this. Yeah. When someone promises you 20% return on US dollars, to anybody in the chat, I don't care if you like the crypto space, digital asset space, forget about this. Just common sense. If anybody offers you 20% on your money risk-free, should you give them your money or effing run?
20% is pretty nice, Nick.
Give them money or effing run.
Hey, Nick, I have a question. What's the difference between that and like staking our assets on, what's the wallet I stake on? 1 second.
I don't know.
Cosmos Station.
I didn't know you had crypto.
I have a few dollars in crypto. On like Cosmos Station, I'm getting like 20-something% on Cosmos.
Okay.
What's the difference?
The difference between staking an asset, being part of validation, and getting tokens paid back to you that they print out of thin air is that they can print them out of thin air. They have a certain amount of tokens in that ecosystem that were created for the purposes of creating a network of participating validators. They essentially, that's their marketing budget. They go, listen, we're going to create X 100 million tokens, and 20% of that, or some percentage, is going to be used for marketing purposes. And part of that is to create this vast network of participants. We have to incentivize their participation. So these tokens are earmarked for that. Now, some portion of that's probably fees. So the total could be, say, 21%, whereas maybe it's 15% tokens that they had allocated for building that network, and then 5% fees. That's not the number, but I'm just saying. If someone's taking US dollars and they can't print US dollars, then that should be a red flag. Stable coins are a different animal. If I say, here's my stable coin with $100 billion market cap, I have to have 100 billion US dollars in a trust account somewhere, probably pledged into overnight repo or treasuries or some money market. Otherwise, I'm a counterfeiter. I'm nothing different than any of these jackwagons that had printing machines that were just printing up fake money in the 70s and 80s to finance a war that the CIA couldn't get pushed through Congress. Like, this is, no, I'm not making this stuff up. It's like, this is like common sense 106. Like, if you have a stable asset, you say dollars or euros or whatever, and you promise a 20% return on that, if you can't print money, guess who can print money? The US government. Why? because they have the War Powers Act, they have jackbooted thugs, they have nuclear weapons and big ass ships, and the taxing authority of the US government, and they can print money. No one else can print money that's real. They can print counterfeit money, like the people at Tether, or they can print hopes and dreams and gypsy dust, like the D-bags at Celsius, like the D-bags, like Do Kwon and his little group of idiots over at Luna. And go down the list of these failed projects. You just see kind of the same behavior. Like just a common sense analysis, because I'll tell you this about crypto. The entire space is about 99% dog stuff, garbage. The crypto space is mostly garbage. You know what? About 99% of the equity space is garbage. The only difference is the information's asymmetric. So I don't know what's happening in the equity space. I don't know when I'm getting lied to every quarter when they do their 10K or whenever they do their quarterly report. I don't know who's lying to me. I just know that congressmen like, Pelosi are on the inside making money off insider information that they can trade on, and I can't. I know that insiders at these companies are doing things that I'll never know, ever. And I know that when the equity goes public, it's early investors using me as exit liquidity because I'm a dummy. That's the equity space. You can go trade squiggly lines against that. Good luck. All the best. I hope you win. But at least in the digital asset space, you can buy a token on second zero when it spawns into existence, like Rejuve. Rejuve, they were doing their public sale, their kind of pre-sale stuff. That all ended yesterday. The token is now free on the market. It's done like 300% already in like less than a minute. But point is, it's free now, and anyone can go and get it. And you can go and look at the behavior. You can track all these assets in real time, so you can see these assets moving around. So even if someone lies to you, you can see where the money's going. Imagine, Eric, imagine this.
Imagining.
Every time Congress decides to just create money out of thin air, which basically is a debt obligation to the U.S. taxpayer, the taxpayers will not feel it. That's a lie. You can't make money without the taxpayers or the savers. Oh, we'll punish the savers. Like this whole bailout. Anyway, I regress. I digress. Imagine if we could see in real time, every time money was created into existence for something, for pork bellies, for some kind of weird project, by, Bibles for meth addicts in Botswana, and all the other bull crap that they push through that we never ever see. All of these writers, like, they'll put on it like, okay, give money to homeless teens. You're like, yeah, okay, I like that. And then on the end of it, like, and also give money for new Ajax missiles to the Department of Defense. Wait a minute. Well, no. So all of this crap floats through NJR, non-judicial review. We never see it, but imagine if we did see it. How interesting would it be if we saw all of the COVID stimulus and where it actually went? The 10% that went to the people that were being saved, and the 90+% that went to big banks and insurance companies and like BlackRock to buy their junk bond ETF. Like, imagine if we saw that in real time, how that would change the money creation dynamic. And if they had to answer for it. Oh, that's like that's a bridge too far. What are you talking about? Answering for governance? It's insane. So, but these are some of the things that you can do with these distributed ledgers. People confuse, and I get it. They confuse the crappy stories in crypto with the fact that all digital assets are bad. No, but 99% probably are bad. The thing is that there's like 50-something thousand digital assets. So if just 1% are good, and you'd say, gosh, that's not very many. Yeah, that's probably the same in all markets, but that 1% still leaves you, 40, 50, 60 good quality assets, of which 10 to 12 are probably investable, maybe a little bit more now with AI. So even in a market, and again, in a market with that many weirdnesses going on, there's a lot of opportunity. if it was easy and made sense to most of you, the opportunity would be gone. If your grandmother knew which assets to buy, you're not going to get rich. If once grandma knows, that market is done. Listen, if you're on a plane and someone over the age of 80 talks about Bitcoin, that's a sell signal. You get on your phone and see if they have the Wi-Fi thing you can purchase for $8 and you sell your Bitcoin, or you at least sell calls against it or buy some put protection, something. It's going to get knocked. So if it was easy, if the Uber drivers and the Lyft drivers were right, then, and think about that for a second. Like, would you trust them? I knew people that were getting advice from Uber drivers on investments. I was like, wait. Would you even, nothing against Uber drivers, great people, love them, valuable service. But would you take their advice for even washing clothes? Eric, would you take an Uber driver's advice to wash your clothes?
Well, sometimes, Nick, you never know what these Uber drivers may know. They could be experts at other things. Like maybe one day, Nick, you'll want some extra cash. You'll want to become an Uber driver.
Why are they not doing those other things?
Washing clothes. I don't know what you'd make more money doing. Washing clothes. I mean, to your point, though, no, I know the answer you're looking for. No, you shouldn't take their advice. But sometimes you never know who you're going to meet, Nick. Never know.
Well, here's what I would say. I'm not saying you shouldn't take their advice. I'm saying that if they're right, let's say that they are right.
Okay.
Then probably the opportunity's missed.
I understand what you're saying. Yes. If it's known that widely, everyone knows about it, and that massive opportunity is gone. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I get it.
So what you get is a bunch of very hopeful, you get hopium, you get desired, I'm going to win, this is my big ticket. And it's very dangerous. And I would hope that none of you are thinking in those terms either, because man, yeesh, be careful. Yeesh, that will drive you to take risks you shouldn't take.
You want to take a quick look at the markets? Just a brief gander? All right, let's take a look. What's going on? I noticed a few things in the AI space have made some moves.
Yeah, I mean, things are melting back up. Yesterday was a weird day. Yesterday was that off day. We had Monday, the bailout enthusiasm. Sorry, it's not a bailout because the taxpayers will not be encumbered with this debt, would be saddled with any of this bull crap. How's that work exactly? This goes back, man, I tell you, between the Treasury, the FDIC, and the Fed, it is the underwear gnomes. Step 1, get a bunch of money for bailouts. Step 2, and step 3, taxpayers don't ever have to pay for it. Wait. How's that sausage made? Explain to me step 2. It's easy. Step 1, FDIC takes over a bunch of banks. Step 2 and step 3, taxpayers never have to pay the burden. Wait. Go back to the FDIC step. Okay, sorry. FDIC takes over. Then a special purpose vehicle is created by the Fed, but financed by the Treasury. The Fed has no material investment because they can't, because they don't deal money. So it's financed by the Treasury. And that money goes to the Fed to do what? To buy more treasuries to backstop the special purpose vehicle. Well, what does it do? Oh, it's easy. We take all of the poorly distributed debt, because people don't understand the maturity mismatch between the assets they have on their balance sheet and the burn rate of their deposits, because they're a bunch of dumbasses. So that's in parentheses. So we take those banks and we'll pay them par. We'll give them a year loan and we'll pay them par, meaning basically the purchase price of their assets to maturity for stuff that, Freddie, Fannie, Ginnie, Farmer, all the agency securities they have, mortgage-backed mostly, we'll pay them par value, even though it's worth 80 cents on the dollar. We'll just give them a loan, we'll pay par, and just help them get down the road towards maturity so the depositors don't panic. What happens to the shareholders and the stockholders and those? Well, they're getting nuked to zero, but that's the risk they took. But we're going to make everyone whole. Why? Well, there's no problem here. Well, then why are you making these 3 banks depositors whole? Yeah. And in that fumbling, Janet, what you really mean to say is, because there's systemic bank failure risk. And if this run is allowed to occur, what of the other runs? This is the whole premise of like credible irresponsibility. The idea is that we believe there's a credible and reliable assumption that the Treasury and the Fed, through their weird design of things financed by the Treasury, that they will always go and bail out. Well, they can't do that, can they? Because that takes Congress. Did you guys know that these bailouts couldn't happen unless the FDIC took over these banks? Because you can't do these things without Congress. You can't go backstop these deposits beyond FDIC protection without Congress unless the banks have already failed. Did you know that, Eric?
I did not know that.
No one knows that, because that's the story. That seems to be the little details. People focus on the big thing. They don't look at like, how is this actually structured? Because no one cares. No one cares. You know why I got rich in crypto? I don't give an S about crypto. I don't give an S about any of these markets. None of them. I just want to find a place where I can create multiples of my currency units. And hopefully magnitude multiples. Eric, do you know what's the difference between a multiple and a magnitude order difference?
Magnitude means more?
Yes. Do you know how much more?
I don't know
how
much more.
A magnitude, 10 times.
10 times more. Okay, so you're looking to 10 times your money.
Right. Like I'm looking at a lot of what's going into GPT-5 right now. Okay. And GPT-5 looks like it will release an order of magnitude more proficient than GPT-4. That's pretty effing significant.
10 times is significant. I agree.
10 times is significant. So I'm looking at assets that we can get a magnitude greater in our portfolio, not 3%, 6%. I had the best. No. We need magnitudes because our potential to earn is not forever. This is over soon, man. I don't know why people are asleep at the wheel. You see what's going on with AI. Do you not extrapolate what happened the last 6 months? Do you think the world is the same as it was 6 months ago? Are you guys, you can't be this asleep at the wheel. Do you think the world is the same 18 months from now? When we're on GPT-6? Man, wake up, bro. Bro Cephuses and Brozettas and the other bro versions of pronouns. You guys got to wake up. Your money needs to be where it can make the most money. Your currency needs to be where it can make the most multiples. And hopefully some of those are a magnitude in order or many magnitudes. Many would be 2. 2 magnitudes is 100x. You can trade all the squiggly effing lines till your heart explodes. You're never going to do, I'll tell you right now, you will never 100x your portfolio. Ever.
Effin, symbol EFN.
Good luck.
Hey, Nick, how can people get more information about what you talk about, more in-depth discussions about? Yes, they can.
I just gave away. I just told how the sausage was made. It's all. That's it. That's all I got.
You got more than that, Nick.
No.
Shall I? Yes. Digital
A
heavyweights.
little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yes.
Yes. Tell them about it.
And join us tomorrow, by the way, for Digital Heavyweights.
That's right.
And we have remember the Discord is 24/7. So especially those of you new to the digital asset space, when you join the heavyweights, immediately get hooked up in the Discord. Also get the cognitive bias book that we're distributing to everyone so that you can start studying your cognitive bias so that your game theory study will be easier. And then participating is even easier. Yay. Okay, great. Stay out of trouble. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything Eric wouldn't do. And as you know, Eric will do most anything, including old wooden crappy blinds at his, man, God. When I get wealthy, not rich, because that's a magnitude. When I get wealthy, I'm buying you new blinds. You heard it here first.
That's fantastic. I would love new blinds, even though I like the ones I have.
Upgrading from wood to just any other textile, just any other thing.
Maybe pillowcases just covering the windows.
Anything that's not wood. Anything that's not wood. That's our upgrade.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate the generosity, man. Great show today.
Hey, I'm Gabe, head of client relations here at Money Morning Live. But I'm also a guy looking to trade just like you. And I'm never a man to turn down the chance to make money, especially when it's daily.